feel like my face is glowing like the Ready Break Kid in comparison to my neck, but I don't know. We'll just keep going. We'll just keep going. Hi everyone, my name is Hannah. I am Lily and Hyssop on Instagram and also here on Flosstube. Hello, hi, welcome. If you are new here, thank you for clicking on me, and I hope I don't bore you to tears. And if you've come back from my last video, thanks for coming back, and I'm glad I didn't bore you to tears. We love to see it. So this is a channel where I talk about cross stitch and all of my other related shenanigans. There will be some other shenanigans, I think, in the future, but for now, today is 100% cross stitch. So I just wanted to start off by saying a massive thank you to everybody. When I put my first video out a couple of weeks ago, I was expecting it to just kind of exist in the ether for a while, and maybe one or two people might find it, and you know, someone might even comment on it. But I've had such a lovely response and such a warm welcome, and I cannot thank you enough. It really makes my day whenever I see a comment or a new subscriber or a like or anything like that. So thank you so much. I never thought a space on the internet could be this lovely, but it can be. Who knew? Who knew? Today's mug is an Emma Bridgewater. So Christina from After Iris Naps commented and said, "I trust you also have Emma Bridgewater," and I'm like, of course I have Emma Bridgewater as well as Kath Kisden mugs. So this is one of Durham, so it's part of the Cities of Dreams series. We've got the castle, we've got the riverside, we've got, I think it's Albert Bridge, but it could be Margate Bridge, I'm not sure, one of the two, and the cathedral as well. Very exciting. Had some really great conversations with Christina, actually. We managed to bond over the state of some roads in the northeast. So, and I'd like to shout out a couple of Flosstubers as well who I've been chatting to and really getting to know, and who also put out great videos and are great to follow on Instagram and all that good stuff. So the first person is Briony from bar_stitches. She stitches some absolutely beautiful projects. I'm living for all the bee projects, and she's also doing the Little House Needleworks Sheep Virtues as well, and I'm really enjoying seeing how that's all coming together, and she's just a lovely person. And another lovely person is Jen from Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole. She's adventuring into designing as well, and she's just come out with and model stitched her Welsh sampler. So it's got the Welsh alphabet on it and a little dragon, and I'm quite keen to stitch that. So at some point when I get through March, because a lot's gone on, that's definitely on my list. And both of those lovely ladies will also be linked down below, so you can go and check them out on Instagram and on YouTube. And a big thank you as well to the people who have left comments with suggestions and ideas. Thank you to Shannon, who suggested using PVA glue, or like a tacky glue around the edges of fabric to stop it from fraying. I'll give that a go next time, although I am quite impatient. I have to wait for it to dry. But yes, no, I will give that a go, so thank you, Shannon. And also thank you to Vicky, who suggested an alternative to blanket stitch, which is called non-stitch. And just by the name, I'm sold. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go on a smaller project. So yes, thank you very much. So in today's video, there are no fully finished objects, no FFOs, there are no finishes, and there are many WIPs, many works in progress, because I'm taking part in the Steel City Stitches March Madness. So that means that for the first 8 days of March, I had a new start a day, which meant that my WIPs went up from 4 to 12. So I tripled my WIPs, twippled them, if you will. Even I'm embarrassed by that one. So that's been a lot of fun. I have enjoyed doing it, and it has challenged me to do things differently to how I would normally do them. But I think next year, because I probably will participate again next year, but I might tone it down a bit. I think eight new starts in 8 days was a limit. A limit was reached. So it's fine. At least I've only got to finish one of them right. So I'm also now going to operate a system of 2 finishes before I can do a new start, so that it will exponentially decrease, so that the R number of my WIPs will go down. Oh, pandemics, mate. So let me show you what I've been stitching. I don't know why there was that pause there. You also can't see, but I was doing this. Let me show you what I'm stitching. So as we go through, I will say which one is which bracket. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I will put a link below to the Steel City Stitches, the video where they explain how much Madness is working and all that good stuff. I've got an itchy nose. I was not struck down last time with Flosstube itchy nose-itis, but apparently that's a thing, and it's here. And I've got makeup on and I'm trying not to rub it all off at the end of my nose. So I will show you what I've been working on, and as we go through the brackets I'll tell you what's moved on as well. There's one bracket which the vote is still up for, but I will be surprised if it goes the other way. So let's go. I'm also working in a very high-tech organisation system of IKEA Ziploc bags, but they're just so fun with all the woodland creatures on, and no other creatures. They're not creatures, it's just leaves. So on the first day I started the pattern Starlings by Owl Forest Embroidery. It's a free pattern that you can find on their website, and here is what I have done so far. Let's have a look at that. Oh, isn't that fun? So I'm using the DMC conversion which they supply, which is only 6 colours, 5 or 6 colours. My maths is poor. So this is on 32 count Permin French Country Latte. So that is it. I've so far done the Starlings, and this is a bit of a birdhouse. So here's the floss, she says, obscuring most of it. So there's this sort of light teal, light aqua kind of thing, this golden yellow, navy blue, and a pale pink and a pale green. I am a big fan of this colour palette. That's all I have to say. I'm a big fan of this colour palette. It's great. There's loose threads everywhere. Why am I like this? I'm going to edit my taking them in and out of bags because it takes longer because I've got to, you know, zhuzh. So going up against that was Sweet Nature by the Primitive Acorn. This was in, or Primitive Acorns, I can't remember. This was in an issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine. And all the info for these, by the way, I will link down below and should magically appear on the screen as I talk about them. So this is where I am. So it's the same fabric. It's 32 count. I've literally just said it. 32 count Permin French Country Latte. So that's where I am. So the centre point is here. And the eagle-eyed amongst you will say, Hannah, you're only stitching 10 threads away from the selvage. That's correct. Because I'm a monster. So my rationale for this is kind of twofold. Firstly, I wanted to use up my fabric in the most efficient way possible, and this scrap technically is big enough for the design. And on top of that, if I'm going to turn it into a pillow or something anyway, I would have trimmed it to this size and probably left that seam allowance anyway. So actually, I mean, I'm definitely playing a fun game with it, because I'm also slightly concerned that I might have started it too far one side, but the Starlings got voted through, so we're gonna have to wait and find out whether I've made a huge mistake with this one or not. But yes, we're here now. This is what it is, and I'm using Mysterious Floss for this. So this is just some unbranded stuff. It's not similar to the called for, but not exactly the same. I think, for instance, this is meant to be a much lighter blue, but I've gone for a darker blue. A more darker blue. Yes, Hannah, that's how words work. So yes, as I said, the Owl Forest Starlings got through to the second round. I thought I was organised. I've got everything sat on the bed next to me, and I was like, I'm ready. I do not need to get up to get something. I was wrong. So day 3, I started on the Arrow Celebration Small by Hello from Liz Matthews, and I started it here. This is my start. So this is a piece of 28 count mushroom Lugana Brittney from Zweigart, and this was the size of the scrap that I had, and I was like, it'll fit on the scrap if I do it over one. Why am I like this? So I really love how the stitches look on 1 over 1 on this, but you'll see my issue here, where I made a counting error and I tried to frog, and I clearly was very stressed on March the 3rd, because my tension was and very, very tight, and I can't actually frog it. I've tried with very small needles, I've tried with very thin scissors, I've tried doing it just strand by strand from the back. Nope. So I've had to restart it. So this is where I am again with it. This is 32 count Murano in Limestone from Zweigart, and you'll see I actually cut a bit, which is definitely going to be big enough this time, and I'm doing over 2 with the same thread, which is DMC. Can I remember the number off the top of my head? No, I can't. Good job I've got it next to me. The DMC 3721, and it's this gorgeous kind of reddy, pinky, browny, rusty, muted colour. There's two skeins on here. Do you reckon I should grow it? I think it would suit me. I think better than one of those. I don't think a chin strap would go, but I think like, you know, little red tash would. So if you want a comparison of the fabrics, this is the original start and this is the new start. So they are slightly different, and I'm happy with both of them. You can see the size difference there. So I'm not starting on exactly the same thing, but they've both got the A in it. No, this one's got half the W in it, and this has got all the W in it. But yes, so there we go. And going against that was the No Notion Pincushion by Lindy Stitches, which says, I have no notion of loving people by halves, which is from a Jane Austen book, and I cannot remember which one. So this is on some 18 count Aida, which I tea-dyed, and here is where we are. I don't know if that's going to show up. I can't seem to get quite good pictures of it. It's quite, it's not, I wouldn't say it's brighter in the text in real life, but here's where we are with it. It is kind of like rustic. It's rustic, that's what it is. So I've got Notion of Loving People by halves and J Austen there. So what I have left to do is I have No and the border around the edge, and I have reversed the colours slightly. So I've used this slightly darker pink, slightly lighter pink. So I'm using this pink. That's not all dear. There we are. I'm using this pink and these purples, which are Mysterious Floss, and in that round the Arrow Celebration Small from Hello from Those Matthews won. So this will be another day. Bracket number 3, so this would be on the 5th of March. I worked on the Spring Freebies from Whilst Iris Naps, Christina, and they're gorgeous. They're so gorgeous. I said in my last video I was going to do both of them, and I will do both of them, but in the context of March Madness, I'm probably just going to do the one. And of course I chose the bunnies to start. Look at the bunny! I've got... I'm very high tech. So bunny, you're hot on its bum. So this is 32 count light blue Murano from Zweigart, and the floss I'm using is Mysterious Floss. So my plan for this is to stitch it kind of as normal. Am I going to do the heart border? I don't know. No, I'm not going to do the heart border. I'm going to do the other border, because the reason I wanted to do the heart border is because the other border scared me a bit, because I've never done a vaguely complex border before. I know it's not that complex, but thinking about the stitch paths and stuff, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. But no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Big fan. Big fan. And going up against that was the Stay Classy freebie from Michelle and Mama Loves You GB. This is where I got 2. So we got the C and a little bit of the first Y. So this is also on that 32 count Murano Limestone, and it's a blue which is somewhere between like a royal blue and the navy blue. But I'm a big fan of these colours. Michelle also in her most recent Flosstube has shared that she's going to start sharing an unfinished sampler series where she's going to chart unfinished samplers, and the idea is that you finish them, and that's such a cool idea. So once these WIPs have been dealt with, that's on my list of priorities as well, because I think that would be so fun. I'm not usually a sampler girl, but I think the fun of like pick and mix motifs might encourage me. So in that bracket, the Spring Freebies one. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. Today is the 11th of March, by the way. So the final bracket is Christmas themed. So I started off with Mother and Child from an issue of Just Cross Stitch magazine, and the designer's name escapes me. This isn't a Christmas stitch, like it's like in like a June issue. It's just a thing. But I saw it and I was like, oh, Mary and Jesus. So this is where I am. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, but not mad, not mad. This is more of that 32 count Permin. You can see the thread that I've not finished there. And so when I worked on this, I got most of the outline done. There's a bit more outline to kind of come up and go in. And then there's obviously a head here, and there will also be a smaller head here. And I'm going to fill this in with a lighter blue. This is the same blue that I used for the Stay Classy chart. And I also enjoy it on this fabric as well. And again, we're a little bit close to the salvage, but not quite as close as Sweet Nature, because that really is taking the biscuit. But yes, so I'm really enjoying this because it's quite a simple stitch. But the vote is currently still up for the Christmas bracket because I've been all over the place the past few days, and I haven't been on Instagram because I've just been like, ooh. So the voting is ongoing currently. At the moment, taking the lead is not Mother and Child, but it is this pattern from the Frosted Pumpkin. Now, I referred to this in my last video as Not a Creature in Sight because that's how it's titled in the Just Cross Stitch issue, which I got it out from. However, Frosted Pumpkin have since released it as a pattern themselves, and they've called it Not a Creature Was Stirring, which makes more sense considering there's a little mouse with a little spoon. So I will probably refer to it as Not a Creature Was Stirring because it makes more sense for the pattern itself. And also, if you just want to get that pattern, it's a lot easier to go and get it from their website. So this is my start. I really did not get that far. Yes, sorry, I haven't ironed any of these. I'm a bad person. I know, I'm a bad person, it's fine. So I'm using Mysterious Floss for this, and this is on some 18 count printed Aida. This is from Claire Brown Cross Stitch, Claire Brown X Stitch on Etsy. She's got her own website, she's also on Instagram. All the links below. And I know I said last time I don't like stitching on Aida. That's not necessarily true. I don't like stitching on white Aida. So when this is when it's fun, I'm going to stitch on it. So this is where I am so far. This is the edge of the ornament. It's going to be tiny. And that's very much in the lead for this bracket vote. So I'm inevitably excited to work on it again tomorrow. So there are my whips to show you the bracket. So this is my bracket now. So the reason that this is blank is because I don't want to call it quite yet, just in case Mother and Child gets hyped again. So winning the first bracket is Starlings. Winning the second bracket is the Arrow Celebration Small. Winning the third bracket is the Spring Freebies. And at the moment, as I record, the fourth bracket, Not a Creature in Sight, is winning. But it all could change. So at the moment, the poll on my Instagram is also between Starlings and Arrow as to which is going to go into the final. At the moment, Starlings is winning, which surprised me. I haven't predicted. I know there's a few Flosstubers who have been predicting what they think is going to happen with their brackets, and I thought, oh, that'd be a really good idea, I'll do that. And then like time passed and I missed the moment. So there's always next year. There's always next year. But yes, so my plan tonight is to sit and work on Spring Freebies. I am very all over the place because it's Thursday and my day off is normally Friday, but today is my day off because of the quirks of my diary, and everything is So that is it for my whips. As I said, I've got no finishes, no fully finished objects. So for the next part of this video, I thought I'd show you, it's kind of technically haul, but one bit's more hauly than the other. I'll tell you what it is, and if you want to stay, then please do stay, but I know haul isn't some people's thing, so in which case, I hope you enjoyed seeing my whips. Go and follow me on Instagram if you want to vote on the polls. But no, seriously, it's so much fun being able to vote on everyone's brackets and seeing as well where people are at, the progress they're making, all that good stuff. It's so much fun. Just go and have stitchy fun on Instagram. It's great. We love to see it. So I wanted to show you a couple of things. So last week I received the February box from Cotton and Twine, so I thought I'd show you what's in there because I'm not paid to do this. I'm not sponsored. I just thoroughly enjoy their boxes. So I thought I'd show you what came with it. And I also thought I'd show you a couple of bits which I bought from Forest Embroidery. They're a company based in Russia, and they have some excellent kits. So they're the ones who designed and released the Starlings chart. They've also got a lot of other free charts on their website as well. I'll put the link down below for that so you can go and check them out. And I very much will be making another order soon, because there's so many things where I'm like, I want to stitch them all. So let's go. Cotton and twine. This isn't an unboxing because I've already taken things out the box, but I thought I'd show you what's in it anyway. So the pattern for this month, you get the pattern like this, and it is Hope in these gorgeous colours. So they provide you with everything you need to finish it. And when I say everything, I mean everything. So this is the pattern for this month. And all the accoutrements come in these lovely little, with love, lovely little paper bags. Wow. Words, honestly, what a treat. So in here I have the threads. Look at these. They come just like just looped through once, but I have loop them again and shorten them because that's how I roll. And just look at that colour scheme. I have found with the other box as well, so I've not done a lot of work on the January box, but I have used all of one colour in terms of I don't need to use it again in the chart, and there is still a huge amount left. I think generally speaking, from what I've seen on the Facebook group and things like that, that you can get about, if you're frugal with your thread, you can get at least 2 patterns worth out of the thread they provide you. So they always provide you with more than enough thread, which I'm a big fan of. It also came with, I've not got it here, I've got it just out of reach, and it's a 9-inch hoop. So it's a 9-inch hoop. So the idea they used is to frame it in a hoop with some ribbon, and they give you the double-sided sticky tape as well. So again, I'm a big fan of that. Although the hoop they've given, they've sent out, is really nice and much better quality than the hoops that I have. So if I do frame it in a hoop, I don't know whether I'm going to frame it in a hoop or in like a circular frame, but if I do frame it in a hoop, I will just use one of my cheaper ones and use their nice one for my stitching, because I'm that person. Also, it comes with a little drink. This is a little peppermint tea, big fan. Sorry, peppermint infusion. It's an organic peppermint infusion. Very nice. And a little notebook as well. Look at that print. Isn't that the most adorable print you've ever seen? It's so nice. I love it. So it's just plain on the inside. I'll just show you the inside. It's just plain on the inside. Really useful for jotting down, especially if I'm working from paper, the places where I've had to fudge it. The places where I've had to fudge a pattern so that I don't end up having to mess everything else up because I'm going off of stitches which I've stitched incorrectly. There we go. So it also comes with a needle and with the fabric. So the needle comes in these little don't stab yourself cases, which we love to see. And the fabric is, I'm assuming it's always an aida, but it might not always be an aida. But it's this gorgeous like beigey tan. And I think I know for the January box I subbed out the white aida for some of that limestone, some of that limestone Murano. But I think I will stitch this one on this. I've left it out flat. The creases are still being creases. I've tried ironing it. I'll iron it again. It'll be fine. But yes, so comes with everything you need. Hello, this is Grainy Hannah from the future, because Hannah from the past couldn't be bothered to do a proper job. So I forgot the most important part of any cotton and twine box, and that is of course the snack. So this month it was these chocolate covered fudges. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. I almost don't want to eat them. Almost don't want to eat them. So yeah, so every month something snacky will be there. And yeah, it's the content we're here for, isn't it? It's the most important part. The most important part of the cotton and twine is the snack. Anyway, let's go back to Hannah in the past and see whether she gets on any better. We love to see it. So that's everything from cotton and twine. And I bought I bought the pattern and threads for one pattern, and I bought a kit for another pattern from Forest Embroidery. So I'll show you the kit first. So this haul was inspired by Mary Ashcraft. I love her videos. She is so funny. Her stitching is absolutely amazing, and she's just great. She's just great. So the kit that I ordered was This is Fox Forest, and it comes in this little box. And gosh, I'm shining like a very bright kid as well. And in it you get all of the things you need. A little thingy with some contact details, some cross-stitch tips, and also, which I think is very cool, and I've not seen this before in any kits I've got. So they hand dye their own threads, and they're almost always variegated. So it's a guide where it can tell you the different ways you can stitch with variegated thread, the different effects, which I think is very cool. I'm a big fan of that. So it comes with one of those. It comes with the threads. Look at those threads. Look at them. Look at them. There, I'll take them out the. Look at them. They're so pretty. Aren't they just the most gorgeous things you've ever seen? They're so nice. I'm so excited to stitch with these. So you get those as well. So it also comes with the recommended fabric. This is Zweigart. This is 32 count linen. Pre-serged, so I don't have to have an argument with the sewing machine. Top work. It comes with a pattern as well. I've just held that up to try and show you, but the paper is, I mean, it's not like super thin paper, but you could see the pattern through it, so I'm not going to be showing you that. And it also comes with a needle and a little needle minder as well, which I was excited about because I didn't realise it came with the needle minder. Some mushrooms on it because I am a fun guy. Yeah, I know. And this is the one where I was really enabled by Mary. So she's stitching the coffee sampler, and I saw that and I was like, I love the colours, I love the coffee pot as a house, but I'm more of a tea drinker. So I was like, the tea sampler, of course. So I bought the pattern as a PDF. This is what it's going to look like. And I bought it and I didn't think about how big it would be. Even though I'd seen, because it's the same size as the coffee sampler. So I'd seen Mary with hers and she was talking about, you know, she showed me how, well, she didn't show me. She wasn't like Hannah. And she showed everyone how big the fabric was and everything. And that just completely passed me by because I was like, oh, it's pretty. And then I go and look at the measurements and it's like, yeah, you'll need a fat quarter. And I was like, but it's fine. I'm excited because it is such a beautiful design. So I got the PDF pattern and I don't want to take these out if I can help it. These are the threads. Look at that. Again, absolutely gorgeous. I didn't buy the fabric from them. I didn't realise that they have a section on their website with all the miscellaneous stuff where you could also get the recommended fabric for certain products and they'll give it to you in the right size. But I didn't realise that, so I didn't get it from them. I got this from Wool Warehouse. This is the called for fabric. It's 32 count Belfast in light mocha. But yes, big fan, would recommend to a friend. So that's definitely on my list of things that I would like to stitch in the near future. So by the next time I see you, I will have started Ave Maria by Modern Folk Embroidery. And I'm using this Murano, which is slate blue, I believe, and DMC 3865. So that's going to be started on the 25th of March, which is Annunciation Day. So my other goal is to finish whatever wins my March Madness bracket. And I'm also hoping to finish a few other stitches as well, which I started this month, just to kind of clear out my WIP pile, because 12's fine. No more, please. So I want to get a few of them done so that I can start Ave Maria with a clear conscience. And I've also got an Easter Day start planned, but you'll see me before then. We can chat more about that then. So if you've made it to the end of the video, congratulations. Thank you for making it here. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you have a good next couple of weeks of stitching and fun and everything. I know as we're going into the middle and towards the end of March that we're all aware it's been a year of pandemic related fun, so I hope you're all doing well and looking after yourselves and staying safe. So until next time, bye bye.